The 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer is youthful and functional in that small SUV segment. Chevrolet has brought this name back after 12 years of hiatus, and we're going to take it for a drive. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. If this is your first time to the channel, we do a lot more than just car reviews and first looks. We give you information so you have car smarts, because knowledge is power. Make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything. The 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer is all new. After 12 years of sleeping on this name, Chevrolet has brought it back. It has an entry-level version, an RS, and the Active. This is the Active. It's all-wheel drive. It's fully loaded, and it has some fun features like this white top and the white caps. And they've done a lot of things to make this very youthful so that the youth market will want to drive this. We're going to look at this vehicle in performance, handling, safety, visibility, seating, technology, 10 total categories. And in the end, we'll give you a Car Coach Reports rating, because your local salesperson is going to sell you on this vehicle. They're not going to take the time to go through 10 different categories so that you can make a proper decision. So in the end, you can compare it to its competitors. There is lots of competition. You can check that out on our channel because we've reviewed them all. Also check out our website, Car Coach Reports, in English and in Spanish. There's a lot of information you won't get anywhere else. Let's take this for a drive and see how it ranks. Our particular trim level is powered by a 1.3-liter turbocharged engine with 155 horsepower in sport mode. And we're still waiting to get to 60, and that's 60. It is not known for its performance, and there are other vehicles in this category that have more boost in their turbo. There's 174 pound-feet of torque. What that really means to you is you buy horsepower, but you drive torque. If the vehicle is not torquey enough, you're not going to be able to get the performance out of it that you want. And it's kind of loud, actually. I'm kind of surprised. I would think there'd either be more insulation or maybe not have that engine just sound like it's struggling a bit. It isn't. And the fuel economy of 26 miles to the gallon city, 30 on the highway, 28 combined. I'm kind of disappointed in the performance of this car. I know that it starts at 19,000, but when you're loading up a vehicle like this, even in the performance mode, as they call it, performance, this class is filled with vehicles that have better get up and go. And for performance, it earned a 6. We are driving the Active trim level, which has some light off-road activities, which would mean small gravel or something pretty simple. The handling on this vehicle has good brakes. It is easy to drive, and it has good connectivity to the road. It's a little disconnected because we're talking about a lot of vehicles in this category have stepped up their game because it's become a very popular category to have a reasonably priced SUV that does it for everyone. The handling is good, even on the rough roads here in New York State. And I think they've done a nice job designing the system, but in this category, there's so much competition, like I keep saying, and that list is down below, that you have to bring your A game. And I think they maybe brought an A- game. It's a great vehicle, and it handles pretty well, and it's pretty good around the corners. For handling, it earns a 6. Safety in the Chevy Trailblazer starts with a lot of standard safety features. Safety Assist is standard on all trim levels and includes automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking, lane keep assist with lane departure warning and forward collision alert, following distance indicator, and the smart headlights. Chevrolet's safety package has a lot of standard features on all trim levels and includes automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking, which is great for people in crosswalks, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, forward collision alert, following distance indicator, and there are other standard driver assistance features which include the rear vision camera and the teen driver and rear seat reminder. These are really important features, but you can purchase extra safety features on the higher trim levels, which includes adaptive cruise control, rear park assist, lane change alert, side blind spot zone alert, rear cross traffic alert, which is really important, HD rear vision camera, and OnStar, which is part of the features. When it comes to safety, there's a lot on this vehicle, but a lot of this should be standard as it is on some of the Japanese cars, and for safety, it earned an 8. When you're looking at visibility of a vehicle, it is critical that you can see around the vehicle and feel comfortable that when you look out the window, you actually can see the roadway, or at least as much of it as you need to, and there are other assists such as backup cameras, and that's important. The front glass is a little bit limited, but you can easily see the roadway because this is not a huge vehicle. The sills where you rest your arm are a little bit high, but it's not limiting your visibility, and of course big side view mirrors are a big help. Now looking out the rear view mirror, you can see because of the design of this vehicle, and you can't make these vehicles have huge back glass and have this cool design, there are some limitations. So when you have the headrests up, and of course you got that wiper blade in the middle, which actually should be tucked up underneath the wing like they're doing on some of the other vehicles, including the Buick. So I'm surprised they haven't carried that over to the Chevrolet lineup. Maybe they will in the future. There are some limitations on visibility, and this is important for you to sit in the car and see what you can see and see what works for you. When it comes to visibility for the Trailblazer, it earned an 8. When it comes to seating, I think the bottom cushion is a bit flat, and if you are a little bit of a broader person, you may find this comfortable or uncomfortable. Again, I always say seating comfort is so important because no matter how cool the outside of this vehicle looks like, you have to be comfortable in the seats because that's where you're going to be using this vehicle. So for the driver's side, there is adjustability, there is two-way lumbar, and you can move the seat forward and back. Very easy to use. But on the passenger side, there is no adjustments. I'm actually kind of surprised. The backs of the seats are comfortable. The headrest is nice and easy to use. But let's take a look in the back seat. Here in the second row, I was kind of surprised how firm the seating was compared to the competition. It's filled with plenty of filling, but it's just really hard to sit on. It's not very comfortable. The backs are pretty good. And one of the things I do like is a center console that is easy to put two cups in, and a third person could sit here easily. Behind the front seats are some pockets. There is one USB outlet and of course a connection for USB-C, which is actually quite smart and part of features which we'll get to in a bit. Also back here is of course a window lift, a door handle, and a place for water. Pretty basic back here, but when you're looking at the front seat only having adjustment and the rear seat being completely manual and how uncomfortable it is in the back, it's kind of average, and for seating, it earned a 5. Technology on the Trailblazer starts with this 7-inch screen, which is nice, all color. You've got your audio, your phone, your Wi-Fi hotspot. Of course, you've got your OnStar, which I'm a huge fan of. And of course, you can set up your users, your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is standard. Bluetooth connectivity is included on the higher trim levels. And then, of course, you can hit that app button, add the apps that you want based on whatever you want to hit through the MyChevrolet app. Going to your basic setup for the home, it is pretty standard. Again, you've got your music, your phone. This is set up for your OnStar Advisor. Again, there is no navigation screen, even in the higher trim levels, so it's important that you connect your phone or know where you're going. I do like the fact that the OnStar does have everything going right to your center screen, and that's a big part of technology. You can see some of the basic things, but one of the things I like is the fact that they know that people are using USB-C, regular USB, and of course the wireless charging, plus your regular outlet. So they've really done a nice job thinking about, hey, people have different ways of charging, whether it's a radar detector or whatever you might need. As far as the gauges in front of you, they're pretty standard. Everything that you would think belongs in a vehicle like this Chevy Trailblazer. They've really thought about some of the things that you would use on an everyday basis. Chevrolet also added standard teen driving technology, which allows parents to set the controls and review their teens' driving habits because you can't be with them all the time. You've got your connectivity, which everybody is looking for. One last piece of technology that's also a feature is the hands-free liftgate. Again, they put a lot of thought into this based on who the user is. So for technology, it earned a 7. When it comes to features in this Trailblazer, they've actually done a really nice job. Everything is easy to read, real gauges, which people do like and appreciate. Having all of your headlight adjustments here are great, nice automatic. You've got your cruise control and your safety features, and this is for your audio system. Going over to the left side driver's door, you also have an adjustment for the liftgate if you live in a shorter garage or an area where you might think you might hit something with that liftgate. Going to the center stack, you've got your vents, the technology we discussed previously, simple controls, easy to use, and a volume button, which many people appreciate. You've got your climate control, easy to use, really nice, super simple, heated seats as well, but in this price point, I would think that that should be an option. Further down, we discussed the connectivity with the Wi-Fi and your chargeability, and then you've got these buttons here. This includes the auto off, the lane departure warning, which you can shut off traction control. I love the performance erase mode. I find that amusing. I don't know who's going to race this car, but I like the fact that they put a little performance button and all-wheel drive. When you need it, it's there. Going back to your Prindle, park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low, little Chevy logo. I actually like that because I think that people are used to a shifter rather than some of these new buttons and other things, so Chevy did a great job there. We've got the key here, which includes the power start and the lift gate and an emergency, which I think is great. Very nice, simple to use. 2 cup holders or a place for something to eat or your phone or whatever might go there, and then additional storage here in case you need it. Going into this deep well glove box, there's also a tray, and it's padded. A lot of hard plastic. There is real stitching. Other features include this nice little tray right here, as well as vents. I like the storage in the door, whether you want to put a big bottle of water or something there, and then of course the audio system. Inside the glove box, it's a really good sized glove box, and you can put whatever you need there, emergency equipment, and so forth. And a huge glass roof, a very nice feature. And for features, it earned an 8. The design of the Chevy Trailblazer is sort of that of the Camaro. It has a skid plate look on the bottom. Believe me, I wouldn't off-road this vehicle, maybe some small gravel. This vehicle is not designed for that. And we know that. This is designed to get you to wherever your destination is in a cool and stylish way. Very similar in design as far as this non-functional grille with the Chevy logo in the front. I like the LED headlights and the driving lights, really nicely designed, but overall it is modern and it is youthful. The trim level that we're driving is the Active, which is the top of the line. It has 18-inch wheels on hand-cooked tires. These are all-season tires, and they look really nice. They did a nice job. I would think that you should have an option of a larger rim, but then it gets sort of out of that price point, and you want to keep it in that nice, tight, reasonably priced category around $20,000. One of the design elements I really like on this Trailblazer, which you're also seeing on the Kia Seltos, you're seeing it on the Kia Soul, is this white roof. Now, we've seen this before on some of the Toyota products as well. It gives it some personality, and on its Active trim level, you're also getting half of the side view mirror in the white to match with the roof. They've done a nice job keeping it very modern, very sleek, nice rounded taillights, and overall the back of the vehicle is pretty impressive. I like the fact that they have the Chevy logo still on the back, nice and small, reasonable, not in your face, very clean Trailblazer all-wheel drive, and of course the Active trim level, because you want to let people know that you just spent $32,000 on a car, which is what this vehicle is loaded. Being that this vehicle is all about youth, I'm really kind of surprised that they use an antenna like this. It's kind of dated, and I really like the vehicle's design, but overall it earned an 8. The overall quality of the Trailblazer is good. I mean, it is a GM product. It's built here in the USA, and that's great. But there are some hard plastic parts on the inside, and I noticed some loose foam behind the grille. I was kind of surprised because I know that that's part of the cushioning to make it safer, but I shouldn't be able to see it. And most vehicles hide that from consumers. Beyond some of the hard plastic I noted in the vehicle and the uncomfortable rear seats, when it comes to quality, it earned an 8. Going around to the back, the trunk area is 25.3 cubic feet. Fold down the second row and you have 54.5 cubic feet. In addition, you can fold that right front seat totally flat if you want to put a kayak in or skis, or maybe you're bringing something home from Home Depot. There is a spare tire in the back of this vehicle, which I really appreciate because run flat tires are not low cost, and when you're trying to keep a value-friendly vehicle like the Trailblazer, that makes a big difference. This vehicle starts at $19,000. That's really impressive. Add in all the options in the Active trim package and all-wheel drive with all the goodies, and our test vehicle came in at $32,000. Now, I know there's incentives and ways to lower the price, but this is going to be a pretty popular vehicle. But there's a lot of vehicles in this price point. And with that being youthful and spirited, it earned a value score of 8. When you total up all 10 categories, there are some areas where this could be improved. But considering the fact this is designed for a youthful entry-level market, those that want an SUV, that don't want a sedan, this fits right into that sweet spot. You've got the Mazda CX-30, the Kia Seltos, and so many others that are listed down below in the description. When you total up all 10 categories, it came up with a total of 72. That's pretty good considering this vehicle is designed to be fun and youthful, yet of course utilitarian and getting you from point A to point B with some style. If you purchased a Trailblazer and you love it. We want to know so we can share that information with other potential buyers. If you bought something else, why did you get something else? Again, we want to start that conversation, open up the community. I do answer any questions that I did not answer in this video. Based on the time that we have with you, we want to give you as much information as possible. If you got value from this video, make sure to give it a like and a share. And again, we appreciate your support on our Patreon page. Thank you for following us on all forms of social media at Lauren Fix. Check out our website. Like I said, more information, more competitors, information in Spanish and English, and we look forward to seeing you next time.